Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra HAUSA-SERVICE coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land. Today is the first day of February 2023. There is a very important announcement that should be made. That is why I come up on so that announcement will be made immediately. Therefore, we are live and direct. Tata Obocheke Obochimbo Nowa Abo now for 2023. We are live and direct. I will immediately hand over the microphone to the deputy HOD Mazi to make the necessary announcements. Very important announcements. Please. Mazi Nzurumike, please, over to you, sir. There we go.
Thank you very much. Am I coming up clear?
You are coming out clear and crystal clear.
Thank you so much. All right. So with that, let me start by greeting Biafrans and all of us of freedom all over the world, wherever you may be domiciled. At this very time in our journey, it has never been easy. We have been going through obstacles, and sometimes we brace ourselves for the next. But in our language, we say, "Mberede nyere dike, mberede ejikwana madike." We want to thank Chukwuka Abiyama for being the head of our lives collectively. We want to thank him for keeping our leader and watching over him and his life. We want to thank him for watching over the family of our leader, the wife and children. We want to thank Chukwuka Abiyama for watching over all Biafrans across the board. Those of you who have been working assiduously on the ground, those of you who have been the gatekeepers on the ground doing the needful, we are so grateful. There is nothing we can say without mentioning you, because you are so dear to all of us collectively. And we say, may Chukwuka Abiyama bless all of you. And also those in diaspora, we ask Chukwuka Abiyama to be your fortress, to continue to be your strength. This very struggle has been going on for 10 years now. We have all been putting our energies, our resources, and all our efforts to make sure that at the end of the day, our very goal and dreams do come up fruitful. And we have not lost that hope, because we know that in as much as we remain perseverant, we maintain perseverance and continue to work assiduously and remain tenacious, we are very, very, very sure that at the end of the day, this very goal, this very challenging hope that we have answered will surely pay us very, very well. But nobody should be shaky, nobody should be wavering, nobody should allow himself to be distracted, because the very big picture ahead is what we're looking at. That is why distractors may come in different shape or form. Please do not fall for it. Do not fall for distractions, no matter where they come from. This struggle is built on a very divine platform, a divine formula and methodology. It was built with a firm belief that we do what we are asked to do. And at the end of the day, the very blessing from above will come. And up to date, we have been experiencing the same. We have all been doing what we are supposed to do. Those of you who have been doing what you're supposed to do, because of you, we are today still very strong. Those who have done the opposite, you are culpable to watch the adverse effect we see outside there. You are one of the reasons why there are some turbulences. But you have been a hardcore, a die-level hardcore. Definitely because of you, we are very strong. And we'll continue to remain strong no matter what the enemy does. Biafrans, this very evening, I have come to address you once again. My name is Mazi. I happen to be a humble servant of the people in the capacity of Deputy Head of Director of the State of the indigenous people of Biafra. My office has to do with coordinator of coordinators, overseeing all platforms, all coordinating units, all coordinating zones, all coordinating regions and sub-regions and continental. I have always tried my best to intervene only when necessary, because we have what we call chain of command. But when those of them who are on the chain of command are not doing the needful, or when the things are too heavy in their hands, or when things have gone out of place, it is then incumbent upon me to make sure that I intervene, to make sure that the right things are done. At the same time, I also serve by the grace of Chukwuka Abiyama on the platform of the CRC, the Conflict Resolution Committee. I have come to address some of the disturbing developments of the time. Some individuals have formed the habit of overreaching their boundaries. Some have formed the very, very ugly habit of causing confusion, whatever they think is possible for them to do so. I have therefore come to address the very disturbing one I have tonight that has occurred over a long period of time, overlooked and given a long rope. But sometimes people say the leadership is slow in action. It's not because the leadership is slow in action. The leadership tries its best to give people benefit of that. I know that this has been one of the kindest leadership ever IPOB has ever experienced. The kindest, the most very, accommodating set of members of the leadership is that one you see today, headed by Mazi, the head of the Directorate of State. Whenever we have somebody pronounce discipline, it means the person must have been given a long rope. The person must have had a lot of meetings with us. The person must have been spoken to. The person must have been approached so many ways. And then, when people become intractable or incorrigible, then when that is determined, the right thing to do is to become surgical in approach. Today, a number of individuals were pronounced suspended, removed from duties by the African representative in the person of Tari Nemi. This young man has always in the past, or in the recent past, been found wanting in so many things in concerning indisciplinary action and behavior. His actions have gone overboard and over the level of incendiary. As our leader was actually renditioned, we began to see some indices that did not match the picture from the direction of this young man. He was spoken to redress his steps. He was asked to not to get distracted but be focused. He was asked to get the right things and get himself in the right direction. Unfortunately, it was discovered that he knew what he was doing. It was deliberate. As usual, Biafrans will say, do something about it. When Biafrans were saying, do something about it, he was being spoken to. When Biafrans were agitating on online everywhere and saying, because they all saw where he was going, they said, do something about it, do something about it. But the leadership, we don't go sentimental. The leadership continues to remain objective. And that is why people are given a fair shot. People are given a fair shot to see whether they can change. People are carried along. But when somebody does not want to be carried along, you can't force a horse to the river side to drink water. You cannot force a horse to drink water. All you can do is to appeal to a human being for a change. We have seen him, the young man, Tari Nemi, continuously stepping over his powers, continuously causing very damaging incendiary in this very struggle at all platforms, in remote platforms, and in the open. This very development on my table today has to do with him becoming erratic and removing individuals illegally without authorization from the leadership, from my office or from the office of the HOD. Mazi Tari Nemi, over an accumulated ugly behavior of a very, very unprecedented magnitude, is hereby indefinitely suspended from IPOB. Mazi Tari Nemi ceases to be the African rep right from tonight. Anybody who finds him anywhere should desist having any business to do with him. Stay away from him. Do not work with him. Do not work in any way or any fashion in the name of IPOB. Do not have any transaction in the name of IPOB with Tari Nemi. The office of African rep is hereby abolished. Right? From tonight, till further notice. Till further notice. All the sub-regional reps, West African rep, South African rep, East African rep, and North and Central African reps will from henceforth report to my office directly. You will henceforth report to my office directly and no longer anything to do with Mazi Tari Nemi. He is henceforth suspended indefinitely. Those he removed from Johannesburg, Chuks Egwato remains on his seat and continues to do his work. Chuks Egwato, Chibuzo Egwato will continue to do his job. Chibuzo in Johannesburg, Egwato, you will continue to operate as usual in your capacity as accepted by the leadership. Your office is hereby returned back to action. Chuks Egwato in Biafra land was also tempered with by this young man, that also is reversed with immediate effect. You guys are not suspended. You continue to do your job, and you are recognized in the book of IPOB Administrative Department. To all coordinators worldwide, please make sure you follow due process. You follow due process. Do what you are asked to do. We don't need any magama. Do what you are asked to do. The times are not right. The times are not right. This is not time for playing games. We don't have that luxury now. We want to focus on our leaders' release. We want to make sure that all our energies are, focused towards that direction. We don't want people sucking blood left and right. It's not necessary. If you know what to do, do the right thing, and then let the rest be done by whoever it is meant for. There is division of labor in IPOB. Do the one you are asked to do. And obey before complaint. If you are asked to do something, get it done. Do not discuss. Do not fight over it. Do not ask questions. Do what you are asked to do. The only thing you cannot do when somebody asks you to do is to go and sabotage this very struggle, or to go and cause, fraud. If you are asked to go and commit fraud, you have to go to the higher officer and report. If you are asked to sabotage this struggle, go to the higher officer and report. Otherwise, anything you are asked to do is what you have to do. All these kinds of behaviors will no longer be tolerated. Once again, Mazi Tari Nemi remains indefinitely suspended from IPOB, and his office also put on ice. That means the office of African Rep is for now abolished until further notice. That office is abolished until further notice. Those of you in the sub-regions, report directly to my office. To all the continental reps or other continental reps who have been doing the right things so far, I want to thank you for your good job. Mazi has been wonderful. The European rep, Australia and Oceania, Mazi Ofoma, a great man himself. Middle East, Mazi Moru, doing a very wonderful job, continue so. Mazi Nachi, South America, you have been a very, very wonderful man in your field of work. And of course, those of you in your various jurisdictions, the national coordinators, those of you doing the right things, I say kudos to all of you and to continue in that very path. Our aim is for Biafra to come, and nothing less than that or more than that. I want to, at this juncture, come to the end and wrap up this very episode by way of emergency broadcast. And let me use the opportunity to thank Mazi Jonathan for giving me this very opportunity, because it wasn't actually on air. I had to find a way to get hold of him in order for me to come on air. Very, very important. Thank you very much, Mazi. I would like to, I would like to wrap up here. Thank you, and may God bless Biafra, and may God bless all Biafrans. In the name of Chukwuka, we pray tonight. Amen. Mazi, thank you very much.
He say, there were Mazi. Thank you very much.
Mazi, Mazi, are you still there?
Yes, you are there. Go on.
Yeah, lest I forget also, there's something also going on in Germany. Please, all of you in Germany, remain focused. Your national coordinator remains Mazi Collins Chinedu, and none other. Any person parading himself as national coordinator is doing so at his own peril. And the young man parading himself as national coordinator was and has been expelled, by the way, from IPOB. And therefore, you have no reason to listen to anybody summoning you. Nobody should summon you for any meeting if it is not under the auspices of the national coordinator. If anybody is calling you for any meeting from head of any department, no matter what that department may be, you are not to go to that meeting. Otherwise, you have yourself to blame. If you are being summoned by somebody who is not a principal officer and you go to that meeting, you will have yourself to blame. IPOB remains a disciplined movement. We have a structure and you need to fall under that structure. Your national coordinator is Mazi Chinedu and his executives, and whatever they ask you to do is what you do. Do not listen to any shenanigan. Do not listen to any falsehood elsewhere. Do not listen to any propaganda and false clicks who are only there to destroy. That is just for you to know. Otherwise, kudos to all of you in Germany. I'm Chuku Fabian. Be with all of you. God bless you all. Mazi, I'll stop for now.
There were Mazi, our deputy HOD. Biafrans, you've heard it. This is the emergency broadcast and announcement made by our deputy HOD. And it will be continue replaying in this hallowed platform. There is no space for insubordination, indiscipline. There is no space for that. This is what is worrying us as a people. I see it. Indiscipline, lack of loyalty. It is a very huge problem to us as a people. I'm telling you. This struggle opened my eyes to see many of the causes of our suffering. And this indiscipline is one of the main causes. We are not disciplined at all. We don't follow, we don't understand what it is, what it means to be in a structure. We don't understand that. That is why, when people are talking about Biafra come today, tomorrow, sometimes I have another idea. We need to sanitize our brain first. Nigeria turned us into animals, the way we reason. That is why we always focus on sanitizing our brain. Acting different jaga way. That is very, very sad. That is very, very sad. Our leaders' health issue was raised, which should galvanize everybody into making efforts, rising up. That is the main reason, or that was the main reason. Instead, some people go to douse everything down, to divide, polarize everybody. And thereafter, they made their own announcement, the same thing. And you see that sometimes some people, I'm telling you. But I got warrior. So thank you for listening. I'm not going no further. Tomorrow is another day. From me, from here, it is good evening.
N'isi Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ebugharicha adọbakwa ọdịfe ekwembum ofu ekpentu eji katapila ebughị Mazi Nnamdi Kanu odogwu n'eli mmanwụ karịrị mmanwụ aya nụna n'okwu ebiene mwelitegolo ebini welusi ka mgbugharị ya Chukwu okike n'elu ọfọm ibe ọma Chineke mere anyị n'ọrụ ọma ọ rụrụ anyị oke odogwu nnọọ ekenekwara m ife anyị eji ọfọ kene ndị lọya niile ndị merụ ka nyewe nkata ahụ akpara akpa ka ngwongwo dị n'ime ya ekenere m unu niile na Biafra m ga-enwere onwebe ejere njebu n'abini agwara m ọfọm n'ọdụ na ejere ibe ajekọrịcha ya n'ụbọchị ọbụla emepere ọnụ were kwue na ikpe dị na kọtụ na Nnamdi Kanu ekpegbuene na mma apịagburu ya ebini na-azụ obi ọgọ ike nke Igbo ji eje ibe ekenere ma na Igbo niile ike nke Igbo gbasiri ike Mazi Nnamdi Kanu okwu ebiene acquitted oyibe adọchiri gị bụ odogwu aja na Igbo ekene m mmụọ na-edu ndị Igbo niile ekene m mmụọ siberụ ndị Biafra m egwu ekene m ike nga Biafra m ji eje ekene m ha tụpụtara m ebini ka mpeweri ọfọm one akpa ka eji esi n'elere izizi ụmụ Igbo niile ndị nọ na mkpọrọ n'obodo oyibo otu aka eji esi n'elere izi unu bido n'ụbọchị tata ma ndị atụrụ nga were megide bebe anyị ma ndị atụrụ nga n'obodo oyibo ndị Igbo niile ndị Biafra m niile elere izi ya n'ụnụ n'ụbọchị taa nwa kwere unu m ise